guys, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how I highlight and contour. I know a lot of people have been asking me to do a video on this just to help them with their makeup routine, and I would love to do this for you guys. That's why I'm here doing this video, because I wanted to share with you guys the things that I do to highlight and contour. So if you guys are interested in watching how I do that and all the products that I use, make sure you guys stay tuned. Before I jump right into my video, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there, and make sure your notifications are turned on so every time I upload a video you'll be notified. Alright you guys, let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. Now I already went ahead and did my eyebrows as well as my foundation off camera. Now I do have two separate videos up on my channel already on my brow routine as well as my everyday foundation routine, and I have all those videos down in the description box as well as above on the card section right now. So if you guys are interested in checking either one of those videos out, you'll be able to do so. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into my highlighting. This is typically what I like to do, and I'm gonna go in each order that I would do my makeup in. So I'm gonna start off by highlighting, and to highlight I typically like to use my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, and what I'm going to do is I'm gonna highlight underneath my eyes, my nose, my forehead a little bit, my cupid's bow, and my chin. Now when you are applying the concealer, you don't want to go all the way up to your waterline. You want to stay kind of a little bit away from it, and you want to make a triangular shape. Now I also like to bring my highlight down by my nose a little bit. That way it'll make it a lot easier for when I contour. Now the reason people conceal under their eyes is to help if you look a little tired or if you have redness underneath your eyes, and for me that's the case. I have redness and sometimes I do look tired underneath my eyes, but again you guys, I like to highlight as well, so I'm doing both contouring and highlighting, but I like to do them both at the same time. So basically I'm gonna conceal and highlight. Now for my nose. Now to blend my concealer out, I typically like to take a dampened beauty blender, and I feel like this works best for me. So I've already dampened my beauty blender, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. And to blend this out, I'm gonna start off in patting motions. You wanna make sure whatever you use, what tool, is not gonna be hard on the skin, because underneath our eyes is our sensitive skin. This is the most sensitive skin that we have. So you wanna make sure whatever tool you're using is not hard. And I honestly like the beauty blender. Ever since I started using the beauty blender, I honestly haven't went back to just using my fingers or a brush. Now when I get done blending this out, I'll typically take the sponge and I'll go over on my eye area just as a base for my eyeshadow. And what I really like about the beauty blender is this point helps me get right in here in the crack of my eye and my tear duct. And as you guys can see with the beauty blender, it just blended so smoothly and effortlessly. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the side. Okay, now that I've highlighted, I'm gonna go ahead and contour. And to contour, I like to use this LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Chestnut. And this has been my OG go-to since I started doing my makeup. And what I like to do is I like to use my natural contour as a guideline. So right here, I'll go ahead and contour right here as well as right here on this side. Now when I apply my contour, I like to make sure there's not a lot of product on here, just so that I can control it a little bit better. And I'm gonna go ahead and take that same applicator from the contour and use it on my nose. Now when you're doing your nose contour, some people like to skip this step, but personally I like a snatched nose. You wanna make sure you bring the product up just a little bit into your eyebrow, because you're gonna blend it out so it can look really natural. and you want to get underneath your nose to create those shadows. Okay, now with this product, you want to move kind of fast because it will dry on you. So to blend this out, I'm going to be using my Sigma Small Contour F05 brush, and I'm just going to blend this out. Now you guys, this is the best brush I have ever used to blend out my contour. And I've been through a few brushes, but this just blends it out so seamlessly. I absolutely love this brush. It just gives it a really nice airbrush, soft, natural finish, which is definitely what I go for when I do my makeup. And I'm just moving this around in circular buffing motions. And I'm gonna bring this up into my hairline a little bit, buff it out in there, as well as bring it up towards the end of my eyebrow to make that little L shape. And now I'm gonna do it on the side. Taking that same brush, I'm just gonna flatten it out a little bit and do my nose. And you wanna make sure you bring it up into your eyebrow so that way it looks natural. And we're gonna go over our nose contour again with the Beauty Blender, because sometimes I find if I don't blend it out with the Beauty Blender, it does look a little harsh in pictures and on camera. So I definitely recommend the #1 tool that you must have in your collection is a Beauty Blender. If you have not tried a Beauty Blender, or if you feel like they're too expensive, I definitely suggest saving up your bucks to get one because they're so worth it. Okay, now I'm gonna take my dampened Beauty Blender and just go over this a little bit. So we have a natural contour. Now I'm gonna move back to my concealer, and I'm gonna apply my LA Girl Pro Concealer and medium beige on top of my NARS, just because right now it looks really natural, and I typically like to go for the highlighted look. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of this underneath. Okay, now so to blend this out, I'm gonna go back in with my Beauty Blender and blend this out. To set my concealer, I typically like to use my Ben Nye Banana Powder, or I like to use my Laura Mercier Translucent. For today, I'm gonna set with this one just because I feel like this is more universal and some people might not be able to use this one. So I'm gonna use my Laura Mercier, and I am going to use my Beauty Blender to apply it. So I'm just gonna go in here with my Beauty Blender. And you wanna set under your eye, you guys, because you don't want any creasing and you don't want your concealer to move around throughout the day. And you also want to make sure you set your eye if you put concealer up there as a base for your eyeshadows. Stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I want... While I let this bake, I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my contour. And to do that, I typically like to go in with my Pro Artist bronzer palette first. I'm gonna bronze it up a little bit. And to bronze, I'll go back in with my Sigma Small Contour F05 brush. And I'm gonna pick up this shade right here. And I'm going to bronze just a little bit. And I'm gonna bronze my forehead as well. Now that I'm done bronzing, I'm gonna pick up my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm gonna be using the shade Shadow Play, which is the middle shade right here, And to contour, I'm gonna be using my Large Angle Contour F40 by Sigma. Looks like this, and this brush just really helps get in the chisel part of your cheekbone. So I really like this brush, but I've noticed with this palette, the Kat Von D Shade and Light, you don't actually need a lot of product. So I only dab my brush in once, and then I just blend it out wherever I need it to go. And then I'm gonna do it again for my nose. And the last step, you guys, is dusting the powder underneath your eyes away. Now typically I'll use my Sigma Large Powder F30 brush, and then I'll take the excess powder and just blend it into my skin everywhere else. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. just buff it away. And I like that this brush is so big that it just gets all over the place in a little bit of time. Like it just, oh, I love this brush. It does wonders. So now that I'm done highlighting and contour, I'll typically go ahead and add blush, mascara, eyeshadow, lashes, lip gloss, and set my face, and sometimes I'll even add a highlight to my cheekbones. But for the sake of this video, this is where I'm gonna stop for this video. I just wanted to show you guys how I highlight and contour. I hope you guys found this helpful. I'll leave all the products that I mentioned in this video down in the description box. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll catch you guys in my next video.